Hello, welcome once again to the Spider's Web, and we're going to be painting our Dwarf Cleric today. Again, I'm going to be doing slightly different colours. Thinking of doing blue trousers, a green cloak with again bright gold trim, or dwarf bronze trim rather, possibly black boots, but his hair and beard are going to be grey, so I think I may leave I'll see how we go with it, as to how I like the look when he's finished. I'm going to leave the beard and his hair until after it's painted, until after the rest of it's painted rather, just to see how it fits in. Now before we start on with that, I want to point out that yesterday when I was painting this young fella, the Earth Guardian, I forgot to paint the silver studs on his bracelets, so I just want you to see that they're done. There we go. Okay, so let's get cracking. This time, first of all, I'm going to paint his face. And I'm going to be using Kislev flesh for this. Let's get a little bit on. There we go. And I don't know whether you've noticed, but when I'm doing faces, I don't paint eyes. I don't really think you need to be brutally honest. To bring them into a good quality tabletop standard painting scheme, the eyes aren't important. You're not going to see not going to see the eyeballs, the pupils or anything. Oops. All you're going to see is the face, and as long as that's done, and you put the eyes in shadows anyway, so once you've washed over, if you keep them in shadow, it looks more, to me it looks more natural than having eyes. It might seem a stupid thing to say that without painting eyes in it looks more natural, but you've got to account for shadows. Yeah. So that's his flesh tone done, and I've got a funny feeling that Laddie's going to start having a whinge now. I think he may want to go out. Oh, awkward. Okay, so what else is done? Well, originally I gave him a red cloak and green trousers. I'm going to go a different way this time. I'm going to give him a green cloak and blue trousers. So if we get the cloak out of the way first, we're starting off with Dark Angel Green. And we just slap that colour on. Oops. Well, bear in mind that that is her. So I don't want to be painting that green because I don't really think a punk dwarf would look too good. Mind you never know. I'm going to paint around that sash because I don't want, I'm thinking it's a sash. Oh, I've caught it at the top anyway, so not to worry. I'm painting around that because I want it a paler colour. I may do that yellow. Not quite 100%. I'm not quite certain yet. I've not planned this one out. Then again, I never do. Unless, like in the talisman figures, it gives you a card which shows you what colour you were thinking of, and I go along with that because it's tied in rather nicely. You can see which figure you've got by the character card that you're using. However, with these I don't think you get such a character card. You may get the cards, or the picture may be on the cards that you'd use, but I have not a clue, to be brutally honest. I cannot remember. It's been a while since I played this, and I think I said in the last video or the video before, I've only played this game once and I got trounced, so I didn't really learn anything from the situation. So let's just get the, oops, too much on the brush there. Just get the green on, and then we can work from there. Again, the white hasn't gone on in some places as good as it should have done. Never mind, it's all going to get covered anyway. There we go, nice green cloak. A few shadow areas there where the Agrax Earthshade has done its bit. There we go. Right, now blue. And for this I'm using old style, and I mean old style. It's still in the old style tub, and it's enchanted blue. Let's get some paint on the brush. Now then, on the original figure, looking at it now, I've made a mistake. That looks like a bit of armour, which for some reason I have painted the same colour as the trousers. So I'll not be doing that. Ooh, nearly. I'll not be doing that this time. So there's not really much to paint here. I think that may be why I painted it, because it's quite fiddly trying to get into the little dips and recesses underneath there. But never mind. That's the blue done. Yeah, it does seem rather quick, but as I said, there wasn't much on it. Okay, let's get on with the tin bits. So we're going to be covering his shoulder gear. There we are. Ta-da. I'm not exactly sure whether that is part of his armour or whether it's part of his undershirt. I'm going to do it as part of his undershirt. I don't know whether I'm right or not, but that's the way it looks. But this to me looks like armour, or armour of some description, so I'll do that as tin bits. And I'll do his staff as well. It's a very bent staff. There we go. As I say, I'm going to do his I'll do that bit on his leg, the same colour as his undershirt, not undershirt, tunic it would be, wouldn't it? Be a tunic or a shirt, actually a shirt. The undershirt is more like a vest, isn't it? Okay. So that's the tin bits part done. Now for boots, I know what I'll do for his shirts. We've just been talking about, we'll do brown. We'll do nice, I've changed my mind, no I won't, I'll do red for his shirt. I'm going to do the boots brown. That would make more sense. Oops. What was it Gimli said in Lord of the Rings? No one tosses a dwarf. Well, I just did. Oh dear. Okay, so maybe I'm talking about the movie there, not the books, because he doesn't say that in the books. That was done as a bit of comedy effect. In the Two Towers. There we go. It's not easy to get in there with these brushes. I can't see terribly well. But never mind. That's his boots done, his cloak done, his trousers done, his armour is done. Now let's get his shirt done. As I said, for his shirt I'm going to do red. So we'll start off first of all with a dark red. In this case it's a scab red. I couldn't remember which, I didn't take any notice rather which red I picked up then. That's it says a scab red. I'll pound that on. I was wondering whether it was a good idea now, because it might be misidentified. But no, it's big enough differences other way. so you can tell the difference. Isn't that so? Yeah, there's big enough differences there, so that nobody's going to mistake the two, I don't think. Well, I wouldn't have thought anyway. Mind you saying that, the last time I played I kept getting two of the characters mixed up. And I was told I should repaint one of them because I'd done them very similar colours. But this is from someone who is a, shall we say, not so, I would say an expert D&D player. He's been doing it a lot longer than I have. He's the one of the resident games masters at the Games Club. Dungeon Master, not Games Master, Dungeon Masters at the Games Club. Okay, so what else is there to do? There's the sash that I said I'm going to do it like a yellow. So I'm going to go over first with Ungor Flesh, which is quite a pale flesh tone. It's just because yellow is not a very good coverage colour, and I've already gone over this with green, so hopefully this will cover the green enough that the yellow will go over properly. I'm hoping this is coming out okay on camera. And there's this little bit down here. There we are. And I just noticed one little point that I've not done. I kept that I kept this back when I was doing the tin bits, the tin bits area, because it looks like it's a little purse attached to the belt, so like a pouch. So I'll do that in Rhinox hide. We can highlight that later. There we are. Now, the question is about the hair. Should I go over in a black wash, or should I just leave it as is, because it looks not too bad. But I think it does need something. I think I'm going to try it with the Null Oil. Just give it a wash over, just to make it stand out that little bit more, because I think it's going to look very similar to the stone effect I did on the Earth Guardian. I think this may make it look a bit more like grey hair if I do like a black wash over it rather than brown. Here we go. Oops, I nearly just knocked over me Null Oil. Shed load on the brush. Don't need that much. Now that to me looks like it's that's gone a bit grey. what I will do is go over his face and his hands with Agrax Earthshade. Not too much because I don't want it swamping everywhere. I just want to change the colour of the skin tone slightly. There we are. That will do. Okay, I'll place him on there. That's that bit done. Next, what we're going to do is, I think, highlight the cloak. No, we'll not, because that's just a little bit too close to the what you may call it, the wash I've just put on. So what I'm doing instead is I will highlight the armour bits, and I'm going to be doing that with Dwarf Bronze, seeing as he's a dwarf. So there we are. Just a very quick and simple technique. Just get it on the brush and get it on the figure. Okay, now go over the staff as well with the same Dwarf Bronze colour. There we are. I think what I might do actually is go over that bit of armour again with shining gold to make it stand out a bit more. And now the bit here. There we are. I'm not quite sure if that's her or a necklace. It seems to be. I don't know. I won't leave it like that anyway. So I'll place you back on there. I'll put you away. And let's get out the Steel Legion drab. Just wait till Games Workshop opens on Wednesday, nip in and get some more of this. That's quite obviously it's for his boots. There's not much we can do to his boots because it's all seems to be in shadow. Or the majority of it is anyway. Never mind. So that's his boots done. What else is there? There's his trousers. So I got some ice blue out, which I'm going to use just to bring out his trousers and touch And that's really all you can do for his trousers because you can't see them. As I say, it's all in shadow underneath, so that's it for that. And I know while I was using the Steel Legion drab, what I should have done was that pouch. If you remember that one. There we go. And now a brighter red to highlight his shirt, or whatever it may be that he's wearing. There we are. That's all that's needed for that. So there's not much that needs to be done. It's just touching up here and there. But the final bit is the cloak. And for that we're going to be using Goblin Green. And just going over the edges. And where you know that there's going to be light hitting it. I'm just going to get some off here because I feel as though I've got a bit too much. There we are. There we are. That looks a lot better now, doesn't it? And now finally, it is just simply a matter of the shiny bits. Okay, so I've got Runefang Steel, and we'll just go over the highlight areas of the armour. Hoping you can see that. There we go. And one done Dwarf Cleric. All that remains, I'm saying done, all that remains is just to paint around the base in the black like I've done with the others, and then sand it down. Sorry, not sand it down, sand the base. So I'm going to need some black as well. So go through my paints, make a note of what I want for when I go in on Wednesday. There we go. Sorted. I think though what I am going to do is on the hair at the top of his head, because it looks a bit dull, I'm going to just put a spot of Fortress Grey just to brighten it up a bit, that's all. So it's just a spot. I'll put some down here as well because I've gone over part of his hair with a bit of green. Oh! I'm sorry, I've missed a bit. I've just noticed. His yellow sash, I've not put the yellow on. Yes, I will do that now. Always miss something? I always miss something. There, that looks much better, don't you think? Oops. Over his face now. Right, there we are. And now I'll get his yellow sash out. I'll not get his yellow sash out and get the yellow paint, then I can do the yellow sash. There we are. And it's just a case of run the yellow paint down, and you don't necessarily have to do it all, you can just use the yellow as the highlight. So there we are, he's done. I'm just going to have to go over his face again. It was Ungo I used, wasn't it? So I'll put that grey. It's showing up a bit too much. There we are. That might give me an excuse to highlight, if nothing else. There we are. I'm still not too happy about his hair. So I think just with a little bit of white just on top, that looks a little bit better. That's just to repaint the base again, but I can do that off camera. So there's the Dwarf Cleric done. And in comparison to the one from Castle Ravenloft, I don't know which of those I prefer now. Oh well, not to worry. All I can say is they're going to look a lot better than they were before I started painting them. I'll be quite happy to use these now. So, right, the next video we're going to be doing will be painting Alyssa, the Human Ranger. I just wanted to make sure her name was right. Yeah, it's not Alyssa the Human Ranger, that's Alyssa the Human Ranger. This is a Human Ranger. But yes, we'll be painting her next, so I hope you can join me for that. But until then, take care, God bless, and bye for now.